And welcome back. Well, the Milwaukee Film Festival is presenting the Minority Health Film Festival starting Thursday. The group has curated a brilliant collection of films focused on health issues, resources, and so much more. Gerard Banks is the Cultures and Communities Director at the Milwaukee Film, and we are thrilled to have him with us this morning for a preview of the very unique festival. Good to see you this morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for joining me, Gerard. So let's talk about this. This is about minority health. So, within the Milwaukee Film Festival, tell us exactly how this came to be.
So this was an idea that came up the beginning of 2019. And what I was really fascinated with was the idea that essentially you can make a film festival for anything, about anything. Film is one of the most powerful mediums we have, we have access to. And so I started thinking about issues of health, particularly in communities of color. And just to give some context, the name of the festival actually comes from the Minority Health Awareness Month, which is April every year. It's an entire month of activities that target and center communities of color, issues of health and well-being, but more particularly issues of health disparities in communities of color. So in researching that month and the Office of Minority Health Affairs, which is a federal office within Health and Human Services, I started to think about how could we be a part of this month and these activities. And at Milwaukee Film, we do film better than anybody. So that's where the idea originally came from, although it's actually in September and not in April. So.
It's all right, still as important and needed, right? So I love that this is the topic. I agree with you. I think it's so important when you see the differences. And so it's educational, it's entertaining. There's like 50 films this year that people can watch?
Yeah, we had to adapt, right? Our theater was closed for months, and we had to figure out how are we going to do this festival, because this is only year two, and we didn't want to disappear, in year two. We were just starting to build, so we had to figure out how do we adapt, and everyone is going virtual, and so that's what we did. But here was the blessing, right? The silver lining was last year we did about 8 films. This year it was, hey, we've got the space and now we can reach people around the country. Let's do more films. Let's tell more stories, get more people involved. So that's what we did. 50 is a lot, but it's so diverse that I think everyone's going to find something for them.
Well, I love that. You're right. There's more that you can see. There's more you can take part in. You're not necessarily, timing out the theater times, so people can be able to see a lot more. And I know there's some really powerful films in the lineup. One that we talked about is Through the Night. That's one of them. Talk about that one in particular, because it seems like that would be extremely relatable for everyone.
So Through the Night is one that I fought for. Sometimes you have to fight for these films. But we talked with the producer. I talked with the producer at length about getting this film. Who takes care of your kids, right, when you're working, whether it's a 9 to 5, whether you work first shift, second, third, on the weekends? Who takes care of your kids when you're a working parent? And this movie really, it's an amazing document of the struggles of working class and middle class folks to find, care for their children while they're working. But it also chronicles what care providers go through. And that's what really attracted me to this film, because we don't often think about, these are the folks on the front line every day, making sure that our kids are healthy and safe while we go to work. So this was a film that I said, we got to have this film. So this one's exciting.
Absolutely. It looks beautifully shot as well. So I'm excited for people to watch that one. Another one that I know has got a lot of excitement around it is She Could Be Next.
Yes. So we have She Could Be Next is I think there's 2 parts to it, right? And we got both parts. And it's an amazing profile of women activists, rising women politicians. And I almost feel weird sometimes even talking about women in activism and women in politics as though it's something new or different or special. Women have always been on the front lines. And this really, I think, gives a modern day, really current profile of the amazing women that are the future of politics in this country and the future of activism. And it's multicultural, so diverse. And this is one we've got an event tied to this that people are really going to be. I think people will want to tune into because we've got several activists. Actually, one from the film is on this panel discussion we've got coming up. So I'm excited for this one as well.
So, okay, so you mentioned the panel. How do the panels work then? Are after the viewing times for some of them, if you stay on, is that where you'd see the panel?
No, so this is a great thing. You view films whenever you want at your leisure throughout the 15 days of the festival. But then the panels, and we've got all the information on our website, milwaukeefilm.org/MHFF. You go to our website, you go click on events, and you'll see all of the panels that we have. And they're just at different times throughout the week, but you can see the films whenever. And what we've realized is we'll get a lot of people that come to our events, our panel discussions, that haven't yet seen the film, and that's sort of the motivation then to go see the film. So go to our website. All of the information for events are there. And here's the best part about this: they're all streaming live on our Twitter and Facebook pages and our YouTube channel. So you don't have to go anywhere to be a part of the discussion. We're bringing it to you.
Okay, we're out of time, Gerard, but I've got to know, what is your must-see film? Because, I mean, so many of these clips look incredible.
Oh, it's the one you're showing right now, head to head. My wife and I've already seen it, but my wife and I watched it together last night, and it is, it's good.
Really?
Oh, trust me.
Okay.
This is the one you want to see. And the panel, we have three subjects from the film and the director on a panel Friday, 6 p.m. Go to our Facebook Live, watch it. It's going to grab you. It is amazing.
Love it. Thanks for joining me, Gerard.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely appreciate it. The film festival is running through the 24th. It's the Minority Health Film Festival through Milwaukee Film. You can go online at mkefilm.org for more.